Yes, I know this is a very clickbaity title and thumbnail, but what happened last night is truly almost impossible. After a terrible early afternoon slate, college football really picked up yesterday. There was a ton of good games at the mid-afternoon slot, like Vanderbilt, Mizzou, and USC, Michigan, and Arkansas, Auburn, but the night slate was also really exciting. The peak of that came in the Colorado-Baylor game. Baylor was honestly in control. Backup quarterback Sawyer Robertson had a terrific game for the Bears, and it looked like they were to get to 3-1 and steal a victory on Folsom Field. The media was going to go all out and be super critical of Coach Prime. Everyone was going to talk about how the sky is falling in Colorado, and it definitely would have been entertaining to watch. Instead, what happened next was even more entertaining than I could have ever imagined. But wait, let's go back in time a little bit. Colorado's had an interesting start to the 2024 college football season. Obviously, they're one of the most hyped up teams we've ever seen, but in week 1 they struggled at North Dakota State. NDSU almost pulled off a Hail Mary finish to beat them at Folsom Field, but that would not end up happening as the ball would go short and Colorado advanced to 1-0. In week 2, Colorado traveled on the road to play against Nebraska, and in an old Big 12 game, which had a ton of nostalgia, the Colorado Buffaloes got killed. The team was all disoriented. Shedeur Sanders sort of quit on the team at the end, and ultimately Colorado lost. Everyone was clowning on Coach Prime and expecting them to lose to Colorado State. But for the second straight year, they would beat their in-state rival and head coach Jay Norvell, and the Rams honestly looked terrible, and the Buffs were starting to find their stride. Baylor, on the other hand, had a similar season. They ended up starting out 2-1, and in week 2 they also had a rough game. They kind of got beat pretty badly on the road against Utah, as the score made it look better than it actually was. New starting quarterback from Toledo, DeQuan Finn, was starting to fall apart, so Dave Aranda ended up going with quarterback Sawyer Robertson, who used to be a 4-star recruit who was at Mississippi State. The Bears were known for having a really solid defense, but the offense still had to work some kinks out. This game last night was extremely exciting, as Colorado would get the first touchdown on the board, going up 7-3 after an early field goal from the Bears. In the second quarter, we saw a ton of points, as Sawyer Robertson found Monterey Baldwin for a 30-yard touchdown, Jamal Bell had a 100-yard kick return, and then Sawyer Robertson had a 45-yard run. Colorado was now down 24-10, but luckily, Shedeur Sanders had some magic in him, and he found Omarion Miller for a 58-yard touchdown right before the half. It was 24-17. In the third quarter, the Buffs would have the only touchdown, as running back Micah Welch would punch it in from 2 yards out. In the fourth quarter, things were all tied up, but then Sawyer Robertson found Hal Presley for a 24-yard touchdown. Baylor was now in the lead. Colorado was now driving down the field, and after a really awesome play by Travis Hunter, they were within striking distance of getting an opportunity to win the game. But completing a Hail Mary, that seemed illogical. There was no way that was going to happen, especially given the fact that Colorado was completely screwed. They ended up getting a first down, but instead of clearly marking it past the sticks, the refs and the scorekeeper let the time go, and Colorado lost nearly 30 seconds of gameplay. I thought this would screw them into a loss, but what we saw next was nearly impossible and amazing. After the announcers showed a flashback to Colorado's Hail Mary in the late 1990s, they said Baylor fans are hoping it won't happen. The very next play, Shedeur Sanders threw the ball down the field and found a wide open Will Sheppard, who all he had to do was catch the ball, turn around, go in the end zone, and the time would have gone out and Colorado would have gone to overtime. Or maybe they could have gone for 2. Instead, what happened next felt nearly impossible. Will Sheppard dropped the ball. After becoming an all-conference player at Vanderbilt, Will Sheppard was the cream of the crop of this year's transfer portal for Coach Prime. He had sure hands, had NFL potential, and in the game so far, he'd actually done really well. Somehow, someway though, Will Sheppard dropped the Hail Mary. I don't know what was more impossible though, the fact that he dropped it, or the fact that Shedeur Sanders found a way to get him the ball. Everyone knew that Colorado needed 7 points to win the game, but somehow, someway, Will Sheppard was left in one-on-one coverage, and he almost made him pay. Folsom Field was completely dead quiet. You could honestly hear a pin drop, but there still were 2 seconds left. While Colorado had a chance, there was no way that they could have another Hail Mary attempt get even close to being completed. I mean, what are the odds of that happening? All Baylor had to do was put 11 guys in the end zone, and there's just no way from where Shedeur Sanders was on the field that he could make an equally accurate throw and somehow find one-on-one coverage with a receiver. What happened next, though, was also pretty much impossible. Shedeur Sanders ended up scrambling to his left, and after nearly getting sacked, he threw the ball to the back of the end zone, and LeJohntay Webster found a way to catch the ball, keep his hands under the ball, and complete the process of the catch. Colorado had just completed a Hail Mary, and Folsom Field was going absolutely crazy. Honestly, the best part about it is afterwards, they acted like it was a safe bet that was going to happen all along, and that they saw it coming. Also, speaking of bets, let's hear a word from today's sponsor, MyBookie. It is that time of the year as winning season is back, football is back, and MyBookie is here to make sure you are ready to cash in on all the action. This season, MyBookie is pulling out all the stops with incredible promotions like a weekly risk-free boost on Thursdays where you can bet without a sweat. If your bet hits, you win big. If it doesn't, forget it. MyBookie will refund your wager. But that's just the beginning. MyBookie is giving away hundreds of thousands in prizes with their Super Survivor and Square contests. Get your entries now in for your shot at huge cash rewards. When you're ready to get started, be sure to use my promo code FISHER50 and make sure to get some extra cash on top of your first deposit. Okay, but what do you get when you use my promo code? Well, if you type in Fisher50, you'll get up to $1,000 in a welcome bonus bet, plus a $10 casino chip. MyBookie's tiered bonuses make it easy to deposit with crypto or with credit, and the bigger your deposit, the bigger your bonus. The bonus would be 100% match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. As of now, loyalty plays off with MyBookie Plus. The more you play, the more you win. It's simple. Climb through the tiers of loyalty rewards programs to unlock even more epic promotions, exclusive giveaways, and bigger rewards. With MyBookie, you can bet on anything, anywhere, at any time, and make your season a winning season. Be sure to check out my link down below and use my promo code FISHER50. That is FISHER50. After reviewing it, they ended up confirming the catch, and Colorado could have gone for two, but instead decided to play it safe. They ended up quickly scoring a touchdown, and now Baylor, just a couple of feet from the goal, had a chance to tie it up and force a second overtime. Or maybe they could go for two. What happened next was also nearly impossible. Baylor's running back was diving towards the end zone, about ready to tie up the game, before he fumbled the ball through the end zone. He had about 3 or 4 inches to spare before the goal line, and after review, it was confirmed. The ball went out of his hands, went through the end zone, and ended up being a touchback. Colorado won the game and advanced to 3-1. I'm telling you, this was literally one of the most impossible games in college football history. Not only did Shedeur Sanders complete an accurate pass for a Hail Mary to Will Shepherd, but then he impossibly dropped it. On the next play, did the exact same thing, found a wide open receiver in the end zone, had a crazy catch, and then in overtime, and then on the offensive side, a Baylor running back threw the ball through the back of the end zone, and that's how they won. This was truly impossible. And honestly, this is the craziest game I have seen in a quite long time. The last time we saw something this ridiculous was in the Mizzou-Auburn game when Mizzou missed a 15-yard field goal and then ended up throwing the ball through the end zone as they were diving to score a touchdown. I did not know I'd see this level of craziness just a couple of years later in this Colorado game, and of course it happened to Coach Prime and the Buffaloes. Honestly, I love seeing what the media and what the college football world has to say about Colorado, and that was an impossible game. I don't know if there was a real point in making today's video, but truly man, this was a crazy game, and I don't know if they could ever do it again, or if anybody but Coach Prime could have pulled that off. That's how we're going to end today's video, and if you want to support what I'm doing here, be sure to give it a like, and let me know what player, team, topic, or situation I could cover next. Also, don't forget to check out all my other videos on the end screen, and I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.